Lighthouse version 1.2 is here. So before we begin, first I would like to thank all of you that downloaded the version 1.1 and tried it out. Please like and subscribe so I can move forward with this script. Also, you can comment. I read all the comments and I tend to reply on all of them. So, thank you. So what is new, one might ask? I did add this little icon so you can see what's new in the version that you have downloaded. You can see a lot of stuff is now going on in version 1.2. So let's introduce all of them. So the biggest addition to this 1.2 version is noise reduction. And you're not gonna believe me, it's not an AI noise reduction. It's just plain old regular noise reduction that we have in Lightroom. Who might say I will create a normal noise reduction in these AI days? But it does its job. Let me zoom in. Okay, let me now click on the full res preview so we can see the noise in the zoomed image. Let's zoom. Okay, now we see the noise. So, bring on the luminance. Now it takes some time because it's a full resolution preview of the image, and the image is about 20 megapixels, I think. Okay, maybe more. Now the image will get softer, of course. Okay, let me see, show preview. Wow, it actually removes the noise. Now remove a bit of color noise. Okay, it's going. Okay, it did remove a bit of the color noise as well. Very easy to do, and for a final touch, a subtle noise reduction always help to maybe minimize the sharpness or over sharpening with the deconvolution and etc. For those who didn't work in Lightroom, let me now unclick the full resolution. Zoom in here. You can play with detail. Detail is something that will add some detail after the softening of the noise reduction, and the contrast is in large scale contrast addition to the image. It will make a bit of contrast in the large scale textures. As you can see, you cannot see, right? But believe me, there is some texture. We can go all the way so we can see the effect. Let me reset the detail. Yeah, it's hard to see on this nebula. Let me move it to the 0. Yeah, it's subtle, but it tends to be more visible on more larger scale nebulas. So color is the same, removing the color, noise or chroma noise, detail also does the same thing as in the luminance, and smoothness is just smooth out the chroma noise to blend in more. It works fine with only luminance slider and the color slider, so you will have to move just those two to have that final touch or final removal of chroma noise if there is something left after those AI machines. It's quite hot today, but show must go on. Hello, Mr. Double Cluster. Let me zoom you in. The second addition to the script is called Star Core Protection. It's added to the highlights and it's on the drop down menu for the highlights. The highlights is maybe the most important slider in this script because we are working with very large scale values, pixel values that have almost 100% and the background almost 0% of the pixel value. So that's why the highlights is very important, and I want to improve it as much as I could so it can work better. So what the Star Core Protection does, it actually protects the cores of the stars. Easy. When you lower down the highlights, the way it works, it will lower down the cores of the stars. So this brings back that shine of the core. We can see it in the values actually. Let me reset this. Double click, Control, and click here. We can see the pixel values here. So the pixel values are 0.9997 and the blue channel is saturated. And when we lower down the highlights, let's say here on the half, now we'll read the, so now it's 0.90, 89 and 91. So we want to bring some of that shine in the core back, and that's where this slider comes to play. And now you can see the change. It's 95 now, and you can play with it if you want more or less. It works with the recovery, so be careful, because if you lower down the recovery, the protection will be a little bit easier, not easier, it will be softer. Why did I say easier? I don't know. It's just not my day for English. It's just too hot. Like this star. Okay, you get the gist of it. So let me zoom here. We lower down. Let me reset the HL recovery, we don't need that. So they are a little bit flat. Let's make them more contrasty. You see the effect? It's very subtle, but it's effective and I do like it very much. Reset. Flat. Bring back the shine, and it's back. Great. The third addition to the script is a clarity radius slider. Before, the clarity was fixed on 10 pixels scale size, and now you can manage that on your own via slider. And what it does, it actually, you can sharpen the small detail and large detail with this. So let me click here. You see the sharpening is at point of 10 pixels. So we can lower it down and sharpen the little details now. Like this trapezium part. And we can even go onto the 2 pixel size. So it's a bit of a sharpening via clarity and the clarity radius pixel size. So you can sharpen all the details, or you can sharpen large scale parts like this, and so on. Cool little trick, and I like the radius to move on its own. The fixed size didn't help because it's always fixed on that particular scale, of pixels, and it's a good addition, I think. So try it out and let me know how it works for you. This is a starless image, of course. You can use it on this image with stars, of course. It will do the same, but be careful with the pixel size because it will sharpen the stars as well. Let's bring the double cluster back so you can see what it does on the stars. The clarity slider, if we have a fixed clarity radius on 10, when we move forward with the clarity, it tends to break these patches and it doesn't look very nice. But if we lower the radius, it will have effect only on stars and we will have some sharpness in stars. But the stars doesn't have to be sharpened this way, but if you like this look, you can do it. Let me lower it down to 1 and now see the effect. Of course, when sharpening, you will have some parts of the sharp edges will have some black residual or black rings. That's the way the sharpening works. So this is an extreme slider moving, so I think you will not have this on your images. This is just for show and for test. Okay, great. Back to Orion Nebula. Let's see what is the fourth addition to the script. It is placed in the luminosity masks. So when you enable luminosity mask, let's say 2, I want to protect, show mask in the preview. The mask is shown in the red, so you cannot see the whole mask and where does it mask the image. So in addition to this, you can see just the mask. So you now can see where the mask is applied, and you can also see the dark. So the mask is applied here, it is protecting this part, or you can target this part. So now you can see just the mask for itself, so you don't have to pixel pip where the red mask is on the image. A beautiful addition that will help you get a better eyesight of the masks you creating with this and targeting or protecting. So these 4 additions to the script are the most important ones. I hope you will like them. Any other addition is something like longer sliders. I can click here and see it. Adaptive window size. It is actually the window will read the resolution of your monitor and will be adaptive to that resolution. So it opens large if you have a larger resolution or bigger screen, and it will be smaller window if you have a smaller screen, if you're working on a laptop or on Apple Mac or something like smaller. The documentation is now working. It didn't work before. It's just a small brief information about the sliders and the tools. And what else? Extended sliders, okay. This reset icon is more visible, and the double loading is fixed. You saw that on my previous tutorials when I did the luminosity masks. It would tend to double load. It loads and then it finishes and it loads again. That is now fixed. Also the strength slider is now working as it should. It wasn't working good, so that is also fixed. And that is it, my fellow astronomers. That is it, version 1.2. Hope you enjoyed. You can now click on this link to see the playlist of all the tutorials for the Lighthouse script. You can also support me by buying me a coffee or on Patreon. The links will be below in the description. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy the new version of the script. Bye bye.